Vanities of vanities, saith the preacher. Vanities of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, another generation cometh. But the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteneth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. Eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of the former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of the things that are to come with those that shall come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the I am given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are under the sun, and behold, it's all vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made upright, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I commune with mine own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have given more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart hath great experience of wisdom and knowledge. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief. He that increaseth knowledge increases sorrow. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, let's thank God for all that he's done, even for this beautiful day that he's given us. We thank the Most High for his blessing. We thank God for his provisions today. We thank the Most High, even the one that exists, for our families and friends. And we thank him that we do know the law and are versed in the law and keeping the law as we can keep them in this captivity that we are in. Yes. And also, you walking with Mr. Clay. Yes, we thank God for you and you. I'm Mr. Clay, yes, and we thank God for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have been with us here and there's about, and those of you that come in from time to time, yes, and those of you that have just subscribed, as well as those of you who are about to subscribe. Even those of you who are incognito, calling those things that are not as though they are. Yes, we're in the book of Job, chapter 3, as you prepare. Job, chapter 3. It's coming to pass. It's all coming to pass. You can say this to yourself. It's coming to pass. As I read from the book of Enoch to the book of Malachi, they all should be contained in one book. Enoch, Jubilees, Jasher, Malachi, all the way in between. Although I know there are some inserts and some made up things in the Old Testament, I know it's all coming to pass. Yes. Because as we draw closer and get out of our own self, our own ways, looking selfishly unto God. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do, is look selfishly unto the Most High. You cannot prosper that way. But the fact is that even this Job is a very good lesson. Preached all over pulpits all over the world. Imams preach it in the Muslim world and the Christian world and even the Israelite world. It's all proclaimed, it's all studied. How do we? After Job had done everything that he could, he kept the law that he knew. Job kept the law and he sacrificed that the Most High would be merciful unto his children. And because of this, the Most High prospered Job. But the thing is that Job understood this, and that Job said, the one that exists giveth, and the one that exists taketh away. Even our own lives, nothing belongs to you. It's all given to you to see what you would do with it. What is your duty? To get back to God. That is your duty right now in this life. Out of all you've been taught in your world, you've been taught Buddhism, you've been taught Christianity, you've been taught Islam, you've been taught all manner of Zoroastrianism and all type of denominations of said religions. Yes, there are religions. And you forgot to come back to the way, the truth, and the life. And I ain't talking about Jesus, Yahweh Shai, Yahushua, or whatever you want to call him. I'm talking about the law that God had put forth toward men. They knew the law of the Sabbath. That was all men that were upon the earth at that time. And it applies to all men today. Yes, it does. The Sabbath. But then since men would not keep the Sabbath, God really appointed it even more so to the children of Jacob, and they could not even keep the Sabbath, just the simple Sabbath. He didn't even add the feast days to it yet. And Job kept those things, because you have to realize the children of Noah knew the law until their children started going astray and forsaking the law. And there was only one man that God saw throughout all of it, that he should choose his seed to be an example unto all the seed of the earth. And that was the children of Jacob, the child of Isaac, the child of Abraham. Yes, he chose him. In Ecclesiastes, the preacher in Israel, he saw a lot of things that he, after having all the riches in the world, to command one to come and command one to go, and he could end the life of a man if he just spoke a word. Many men assume and they presume that this is power. They're godlike. They can control men as God controls angels. Oh, you got a problem, man. And what is their control? Is the power to sway over men's hearts? No, every spirit is given that, who have swayed the spirits of the thoughts of men's hearts, yes. But God doesn't need money to sway men. This is what sways men in today's world, that they think that the power is the money. The power is being able to feed the man's family, or to sway other men to say, if you do not do this, we will take your family, or we will take you out. It's still money. Either way it goes, it's money. Whether they rob your money as a taxpayer and pay other men to do their dirty deeds according to their henchmen, and to take other monies from other people, or to exalt themselves above all the populations of the earth. That's not God-like power. It's power, yes, because as long as you got cash, people are going to move. But yet we have Job here. This preacher saw a lot of things, but we have Job here who was given everything. Very rich man. Very rich man with cattle and children. He had a wife and he had, Job just had it all. Everything you could desire, Job had. Because he had good success. And this book of the law, according to Joshua 1:8, shall not depart of your mouth. And if you keep those things in the book of the law, you will have good success. You will be like a tree planted by the rivers of the water. I ain't talking about what law Jesus has that he taught you. There is one law that teaches you and gives you definition of what love is, what your duty is to the Most High, what your duty is to each other that are children of Jacob. And you will have good success. Yes. Now, we're going to Job chapter 3. Job chapter 3. And after this, Job opened his mouth and cursed his day. After he saw all the devastation that this Satan had caused because he wagered God that if you do this, if you allow me to do this, you're going to see Job is no better than the rest of your people that have went astray. We deceived them. We deceived them before the flood. They were no good. We even took your Adam and made him to love his wife more than he loved you. We made her to make her think that she could be better than her husband and better than you, or the same as you, because she would eat of the fruit and know disobedience to her husband, who was obedient to God at the time, until he seen that if she perished, he would have no one, so he decided he wanted to perish with her. The Bible doesn't give it justice. The translator doesn't give it justice to what it really is said. Doesn't have to be a lot of words, but what was exactly said between Adam and God when God showed them their fault that they refused to acknowledge. It wasn't God had to tell them, who told you you were naked? Is that not that God seen that they were naked? It was the fact that they denied that they were naked. They knew they were naked. Who told you you were naked? You didn't come and confess that to me. But you hid yourself. Just like many of us today, we hide ourselves from the Most High, knowing we've committed adultery, we've murdered, we stealed, we've fundled, we've raped, we've caused many things to come upon the earth. We've caused armies to go upon a people that really had no walls and nothing. They were living at peace and we came against them. This is what we're talking about, sin. But yet we pump ourselves up and begin to say we're righteous and they're wrong because of the little things they do to try to justify ourselves. But before God, there is no justification of the wicked. When shall I say unto the wicked in the day that he cease from his wickedness, that his wickedness shall be remembered? This is what God says. It don't take no Jesus. It don't take no sacrifice. It doesn't take any of that. All it takes is that we acknowledge and turn away and don't do it anymore. But after this, Job opened his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, in the night which it was said that there is a man-child conceived. I'm hurting because I know these things can change. I thought I was in safety. And let the day be darkness, and let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Verse 5, let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let blackness of the day terrify it. For that night that darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined. unto the days of the year, let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let not that night be solitary. Let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light but have none. Let it see the dawning of the day. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's room, nor hid the sorrow from mine eyes. In other words, I shouldn't have been born. I don't care for no birthday. I don't care for all of this woman day, men day, computer day, dog day. I don't care for this. It's all vanity upon vanities, even according as we had read. Yes. Vanities upon vanities. That I was never born. But now that I'm born. And he went on to his ranting about himself. He did not curse God and he charged God foolishly. But he says, me. Why not it come upon me than me have to suffer all of this that I'm suffering? This is what he's saying. It's better that I should not have been born than to suffer the things that I've suffered, than see the things that I see. And many of you charge God foolishly for the things that you suffer because of your ignorance, because of your anger, and because of your stubbornness to see that which is supposed to be done in your life. Verse 11, why died I not from the womb? Why wasn't I stillbirth? Why didn't I give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me, or why the breast that I suck? I should have been dead. For now should I have slain and still be quiet. Well, why are you going to commit suicide? Because you have a woman or a man, or your financial situation. It's neither going to break you or make you. Either way, life is life regardless. And you still have much to live for. He says, now, I should have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept. Then I had been at rest. With kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves. In other words, what they do is no good. Or with princes that had gold, or who filled their houses with silver. I should have been one of these. Or had hidden untimely birth. I had not been as infants which never saw light. Stillbirths he's talking about. And the wicked cease from troubling, and there the wicked weary be at work. Now this is a man that never tasted of death. He's never been dead and come back. He couldn't tell you what was beyond the grave, but all he knows is that what if I would never experience this. We don't know what's behind death's door. Some of us do. We have a good glimpse of what's going to happen. The book of Enoch explains it very vividly what's going to happen versus your New Testament, which should be a separate book from the Torah in every instance. Yes, it should. Now the wicked cease from troubling, and the river be at rest. He's talking about death, which is not true. There is rest, no rest to the wicked, really. 18, and the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. If you keep the commandments, statutes, ordinances, and laws of the Most High, there'll come a day where you will not hear it. Even in the peace in your life, you will not hear the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. He's talking about death now. Where is the light given unto him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter soul, which longeth for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than hid treasures. In other words, suicide is not the answer, because you've lost everything. He did not know why he was losing. I did everything before God that I should do. We don't have internet. We don't have these people filling our heads full of garbage of different religions and different that and different this. No, we don't have this. He says, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than hidden treasures, 23, why is light given to a man? Why is light given to a man whose way is hid? I don't know who's before me. I don't know what my future is. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who I should marry. You marry who you want to marry. I don't care how much time you spend together. You will never know that person until they change. It's not the person that you've known, but it's the person you did know. But then there is no justification that that person has not done anything worthy of divorce. And then here you are caught with another dilemma. Maybe they just decided they just wanted to not talk as much. Maybe they decided they'll just work and provide for you, or maybe they decide they'll cook clean and make sure your clothes are ironed and your food is fixed. And that they do their due diligence. See, marriage is really, in this day and time, it's not real. The definition of it is not marriage. It's not marriage at all. Because the governments have taken over even the marriages of men to women. They have well defined it for their own liking and commercialism also. For the lawyers and the commercials and the governments. Whereas instead of the family being in charge of that marriage, here is the government in charge of the marriage. And he don't care how promiscuous a man or a woman is. And over the children and the families. This is the whole thing right here. Your marriage is breached. You do not know what marriage is about, and this is what you must seek. Why is light given to the man whose way is hid? I can't not see my future. I can't see the future of the woman I'm with. I can't see the future of my children. I did not see their future. All I knew, I was doing the best I can, and all of a sudden things just went out of whack. My children dead. My wife is asking me, why don't I just die? Sad state of events. And now here boils are coming upon me, and I'm faced with a type of a leprosy. Oh, it's something else. He says, but it cometh not. And he says, which rejoice exceedingly are glad. 22, why is light given to a man whose way is hid from him? Hid, and whom God hath hedged in. I thought I was safe. He could not see the things that were going on in a realm that he cannot go. He cannot see what is discussed about him. The Satan was not a God, is not a God. See, we're built for God's pleasure. But men have been swayed by the evil swayings of men in their hearts. And the Satans, they know this. They know that you have been swayed to commit adultery, fornication. No law, but yet is in your heart. You know you should not be doing this either way, whether you read the law or not. You know you should not be coveting what your neighbor has. If you want the neighbor's daughter, you go to the neighbor and ask for his daughter with a dowry of virgins, according to the practice of the past. And now here we are today. You should not want what his house. You should not want his manservant, maidservant. You shouldn't want his dog. You shouldn't want his tools. To desire those things. Get your own. For desire can lead to adulteries. Desire can lead to thefts and murder. Yes, all the things above that. This is what covetousness, as in the English wording would say, would cause this. Covetousness would even cause you to go toward demons and have other gods before God. because you want to cast a spell that you might get a certain thing or a certain person or certain powers or whatever. You don't hear me. Come on here. He says, for my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. I don't understand, God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you allowing this to happen? I've been keeping everything that you asked me to keep. For the thing which I greatly feared, in verse 25, has come upon me, and that which I was afraid of has come unto me. I did this because I feared. You are great. You are powerful. There was no one like you. You are alone. You're by yourself. There's only a few that behold your face throughout eternity. And those are the ones with eyes that see, not no other angels. But there's ones that look in the face of the Almighty every single second that we can count, without wavering, to say, holy, holy, holy. They were mentioned in the Old Testament, yes. Before the wheel, in the middle of the wheel, these turn not. Everywhere the I am goes, they go. Everywhere the I am turns, they still do not, they behold his face. You cannot behold their face. Just as Moses was in the presence of the Most High, these are just like the Most High in his presence, because his essence is upon them in a very great way. No Jesus can be there. Come on here. No angel created being that has not been appointed can be there. You done lost your head. Someone bumped your head upside a wall somewhere. This entity is holy, great, mighty. And you bring them down to your beggarly, deathly, finite level. Stupidity and dumbness, even the ignorance that we have displayed toward even knowing and understanding, trying to figure God out so that we can dominate God. You have been swayed by devils. And he noticed in verse 26, I was not in safety, neither had I rest. Neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Doesn't matter. If God decides to send trouble your way and you've been doing the thing that God says do, it's because the Most High trusts you. Just as he trusts those who move everywhere the Most High moves, beholding his face every day, every hour, minute, second, eternity, crying, holy, holy, never getting weary. But your beggarly flesh gets weary. But yet, Job, he endeavored that he would keep these things that the Most High had put forth for man to keep. And he did that with diligence. The most perfect man upon the planet Earth was Job. And now he's reduced to a fleshly condition to get him to give up. But if we continue in those things that God has commanded us in his statutes, ordinances, laws, and commandments, we will have peace.